Connecticut pride, Vermont's green hills, take it all in stride. Massachusetts traffic, we grip and we grind with a Dunkin' iced coffee and no peace of mind. So New England stands up proud. Chowder thick, we shout it loud. From Fenway Chance to Rhode Island tide, New Hampshire's cry, live free or die. So New England with Ian Brownhill.
Good friggin' morning from New England, folks, and welcome back to episode 59 of the So New England podcast. I am your host, Ian Brownhill, joined by my co-host, Robert Travisano, a.k.a. RJ, all things Life's Bettah in New England, So New England podcast producer, Vinny G behind the camera. Guys, I mean, what else can we say? We are so fortunate to have today's guest in with us. So without further ado, RJ, please give us a proper RJ introduction to today's guest.
Let's dive in. Oh, see what I did there?
That was clever.
When it comes to being an athlete, I think every single person who has ever played at any competitive level always thinks at some point they want to be the best, or at least try to be. It's kind of like a rite of passage, you know? Not everybody always gets there. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And the truth is, not everybody has that dog in them. But today's guest is built different because she knows what it takes. Competing at the highest level you could imagine on the biggest stage. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called the Olympics.
I've heard
With
of
a career record 9 medals across all competitions, holding it down for the good old US of A. Hit the horn, Vin! Wrong horn, but that's okay. But don't let her fool you. She is here to say I am more than just a decorated swimmer, and we can't wait to share her stories and new life adventures with you. Never forgetting her roots, as she calls Little Rhody her home, and she will forever be a New Englander. It is my pleasure to welcome, from the smallest little state in the Union, Rhode Island's own Elizabeth Beisel.
Oh my God.
I needed the American horn.
You let me live out my Jason Kelsey dreams.
That was incredible.
That's what did you write that?
Yes.
He did.
59 episodes and somebody gets it. He's so good.
You nailed that.
Thank you.
I felt like Taylor Swift in this seat right now.
I would argue that you're better.
Whoa.
Much better.
I don't know if I can counter that, but
Well, you're
I'm going
here.
to take it. You're right.
Yes.
I'm here.
She's there.
And you guys are Westerly. We're in Rhode Island.
Hell yes.
We kind of have connections with her.
Exactly.
Big
Yeah.
time.
And you're a Rhody gal yourself, so
I sure am.
You're doing us very proud.
Thank you.
Very, very proud.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much for jumping on the So New England podcast. We have been going back and forth for quite some time. I wanted you to be like one of the numero uno guests here, but you know, you're a busy gal winning medals in the Olympics and, you know, putting out albums. So let's dive into this. Pun intended.
Oh my God. You guys are so good with your little puns.
Also,
Dive in.
I need to clarify from the start here.
Yes, sir.
I sink. I do not swim.
Yes.
I am not buoyant at all. I am a rock. My
Okay.
chubby little legs, they flounder, but they just
Sinker.
don't do anything for me. The first time I tried to dive, I put the weight belt on and they're like, you have to like skim water before you can put oxygen on. I said, I'm going down, guys.
Yeah, guys, I don't need the weight
I
belt,
don't need-
actually. Take this
There's
off.
enough weight right here to get me to the bottom.
Absolute
Shut up.
rock. Zero
Anyways.
buoyancy.
We can work on that. There's a
It's-
few pools around here.
It's difficult.
For you too?
Swimming? Absolutely. I like being in a pool, but I wanted to take some stress off my knees and my ankles and my joints from running because you get older, it hurts, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who was going swimming. I was like, I'll come with you.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
You tried to like
almost-
actually do like the.
I was doing it, and at the it was like maybe 40 yards. I mean, it isn't a big pool, YMCA
Yeah.
pool. I did one time.
Winded. Dead.
I drank so much water. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna drown. It was terrible. He was.
By the way, the pool was only 3 feet, so he was actually walking
He
on the
was
bottom.
standing the whole time.
Oh my god. It
Hold
was
on, I have a
terrible.
question. Who's a better swimmer between the two of you?
Have we ever gone swimming together?
No, I don't think. Out
don't
of
think
all
we
the
have.
things that we're competitive with, I would say that's probably an equal. One of us is going to need help.
Yeah, and I don't-
and the other
copy.
one's going to die because the first one is going to get all the help.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
whoever-
I never went to the beach to swim. It
Yeah,
was
no.
purely to let everyone know that I bought my bathing suit at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Obviously.
But you
With
know,
the
we're
moose
like
on it?
that was exactly,
Duh.
of course. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably say if I had to guess, this man right here won most athletic as a superlative in high school. So I would probably give it to him.
Excuse me.
Yes.
One of two
In the
that I've
presence
ever
of
won.
greatness.
Ooh,
I
I-
understand the Olympics is a big deal, but this is Westerly, Rhode Island, most athletic man.
I've been
2010.
humbled. I'm
So,
humbled. You know what? you are now on the hot seat. What sports did you play?
I've been waiting for
I
this
need to
moment
know.
my entire life.
You are actually the guest now.
What didn't I play? I did a
didn't
little
I
dabble
play?
of everything.
Swimming, clearly.
Yeah, no.
We
The
didn't have a
pool-
swimming team.
Well, we did, and
we did.
We
Whoops.
did. We had
Sorry
actually,
about that. Humble brag.
We had a decent swim team. They were
Okay.
cool. They had a lot of fun. They were some really good, cool guys and cool girls that were on the swim team. But they had
Cool
to
cats
go.
and kittens.
Yeah,
They had to
that's
go
us.
down to our local Y. But thankfully, it wasn't too far.
Yeah.
So-
That's the thing about Rhode Island.
Yeah.
There really aren't that many pools, which is crazy. I mean, we can get into it, but no real high schools have pools here unless you're up in Providence or
Right.
I don't really know who else.
Can you just train in the ocean?
Sometimes. Although I will
We
say
have sharks now, so I
we
wouldn't
now
advise.
we do. Like 15 years ago when we were in high school, we didn't.
Thank you very much.
I
Okay,
know.
because
Yeah.
people were kind of coming at me when I said that. They're like, "Dude, we've always had sharks." I was like, I mean, yes, but not the way that we have them now. Like, we
Agreed.
knew they were there, but they weren't just like hanging out,
Yeah.
on the shoreline. And they also weren't great whites. They were just like, nurse sharks. So.
Yeah. They were just like
Jaws
here to
was not around.
Yeah.
No. And now I swim at Narragansett all the time, like a few times a week because there's like an open water swimming group there. And we see seals now,
Oh, that's scary.
which I don't like. They should stay on the Cape.
Also,
Okay.
also why we don't go to the ocean because we'd be mistaken for seals nowadays, both of us with our shirts off. But
Have you ever seen
No
Shamu
biggie.
Shut
right here? On the coast.
we got into this
back in the
so
water.
hot. We got to backtrack
So
a little bit. We
hot.
got to
Okay,
talk
all right.
more about you.
We'll reel it in.
We
Yeah,
got
you're
to
the
talk
guest
more about
here.
you. Tell us about yourself. How
Oh
did
my
you
gosh.
end up at the Olympics? My gosh, what a story you must have. I can't wait.
Yeah, honestly, I wish it were like more interesting, but here we are. So born and raised in Rhode Island. So grew up in grew up in North Kingstown. So I learned how to swim at the South County YMCA, which is where like everybody from that area learns how to swim. And I was a horrible kid, too much energy, undiagnosed ADHD. The only thing that let me go to sleep was if I swam that day. My parents like figured this out very early on. I did other sports like ballet, basketball, soccer, like all the sports that the kids do. And swimming was like my favorite. Like that was what got me going. So at 5, I joined my first swim team out of URI, swam there for 5 years, and I just got like wicked good, wicked fast. I can't tell you why. It's not like I was on some like special swim team track with like an incredible facility and an incredible coach. Like
Right.
I was just like bopping around, swimming laps, was one of the best swimmers in the country as like an 8 and under and then 10 and under. And then I made Team USA as a 13-year-old and then my first Olympics at 15. So
Insane.
But
That's
here's my
so
thing.
cool.
Like if people from New England are listening to this and because first of all, here's a stat that's going to blow your mind.
Give me it.
There are only 2 Olympic swimmers from the state of Rhode Island. Me and a woman from the 1948 Olympic Games.
They
Like-
had the Olympics then?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't know
had
that.
to
Wasn't
get
that like a
this.
recession? 40? Okay, sorry.
They had to take a boat
Yeah.
to the Olympics. They were in London. I'm not kidding.
I
They
would be
sat
so
on a
seasick.
freaking boat for
That's
like
crazy.
probably weeks.
Jeez.
I know. Well, obviously didn't swim during that time. Like nobody's training on the boat
Right?
going to London for the 1948 Olympic Games.
That's insane.
Why didn't she just swim?
Yeah,
That's
was gonna
what
say,
I
she
said.
probably would have
You
got
know,
there faster.
would've
Do
gotten
it
there faster.
transatlantic, right? Come on, get some training in. Come on. People think sailing that is cool. So anyways, my point is that like swimming is a desert here. Nobody swims. Like everybody plays hockey or lacrosse or sailing or whatever. But I will say, like, I'm so normal. Like I didn't grow up in a swimming family. I didn't join a special team. Everything that you need is at your fingertips. If you're an athlete here, swimmer or not.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly just coming down to, of course, you need a little bit of talent, but do you work hard? Do you dream big? Do you sacrifice? Do you dedicate yourself? And I think that's honestly like why it happened for me. And it was crazy to do it. I did it as a sophomore in high school for my first time, made the Olympic team. And
That's so crazy.
dude, I remember coming back from the Olympics and I did great, right? Like 15 years old, didn't have a driver's license, was just like jetting it to Beijing, China. And I know.
Insane.
I know.
Insane.
I say it now and I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
But at the time, you're kind of just like doing what you do.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you post a social media post and it goes, you're just like doing what you do.
That's what I do all the time. Everyone's like, wow, this is so intricate and crazy and thoughtful. I'm like, guys, I've been sitting on my couch for hours.
Yeah.
Like, it took me 20 minutes to make this, and I've been sitting around all day like, what is my purpose?
This is your purpose here.
Oh, goodness.
But it's
That's
like
so cool.
So I remember coming home from the Olympics as a 15-year-old and obviously going back to like the hallways of North Kingstown High School.
Yeah.
And like peers of mine, like taking photos of me on like the old digital cameras and some of my teachers having like printouts of the newspaper on the chalkboard while I'm like trying to conjugate my verbs in Spanish. And I'm like, they're like a fan of me.
Yeah.
So it was like a total like warp of perspective. And obviously like took some time to readjust to, I don't want to say the fame, but like, I guess while I was at the Olympics, like car dealerships were calling my like home phone, like the landline being like, hey, we'd love to name our Ford dealership after your daughter. And my parents were like, what? Like, what do we do with this? Like,
That's insane.
yeah. So it was crazy, but like so cool too, to like put swimming on the map. And then of course, being from Rhode Island, I think I was the only Olympian from the state of Rhode Island in 2008. So I was like, you guys, I was kind of a big deal.
That is a big deal.
That is a
especially
super
because
big
Rhode
deal.
Islanders, like, we don't get out, we don't travel.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I'm gonna be very specific here, South County is also the worst at traveling. I think,
Yes.
like, at least Providence people, they travel a little bit. Some of
Oh.
the east side, but like
The further south
westerly
you go,
folk.
Yeah.
No, I'm packing
North
a lunch if I'm
Charleston,
coming to
like,
Providence.
yeah.
Exactly.
Come on.
Right.
We're filming in
That's
Providence
it.
right now. I planned my entire day around this. I'm going to run all my errands on the mainland because I live in Newport. Like, I'm going to grab dinner with my Providence friends because I'm never up here. Like,
Exactly. And
classic.
at 15, you're just like in Beijing, China.
Yeah.
A place that
Hanging out.
99.9% of Rhode Island will never, ever experience. And at
Probably
15, you're
not.
like, let's cool. Let's go jump in some pools.
Yeah, let's just go. And the coolest part about the Olympics is like, I was on the team all of the years that Michael Phelps was on the team, which was really cool. Like
Oh, that's
just to be
amazing.
like in that historic time period. And because he was so like ultra famous, guys, we flew private everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Mark
insane.
Cuban's jet was like on speed dial
Let's go.
for the swim team. Like
Let's
we
go.
never ball out,
Yeah.
and it was the coolest experience ever. Like I'll obviously never have it again, but
That's
everything to do with it was
Yep.
so special and unique. So I feel very fortunate to have kind of lived that past life.
What a
That must
culture
have been
shock that
so
must have
cool,
been
though.
doing all
Yeah.
that.
Especially at 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, like okay, so let's talk about the dining hall in the Olympic Village because that is like
Give me all the details. I
I'm
want
gonna
to talk
give you
about it.
everything.
Give me the experience.
so.
What would you say was the hardest thing to learn growing up?
probably learning how to like use, save, or spend money.
You legit worked in banking, did you not?
You're welcome.
Are you still with Dime Bank or are you too Hollywood now?
Okay, rude, but yes, I am.
Imagine your followers finding out you're with a Connecticut-based bank.
Okay, first of all, they have a branch in Wesley, Rhode Island, which is where we grew up. So really that's brownie points because I'm sticking to my roots. Second, I think everyone would appreciate that I'm with a bank that knows and understands their community. Their tagline is legit, community banking lives here.
Hey, I'm not asking you to sell me on it. I've been banking with them for years, and they know me on a first-name basis. I'm just saying, I'm surprised is all. I can see the headlines now. Mr. Anti-Connecticut actually banks with local community bank?
Okay, you know what? Follow along with me here. They're FDIC insured, equal housing lenders, wicked friendly. They take care of all my personal needs, have expansive products to help all my businesses, offer lending across the board, merchant services. What more could I possibly want or need? And you know that I secretly like Connecticut, so...
Oh, I hope you heard that, folks. Dime Bank is the reason Ian loves Connecticut.
Okay, you're ridiculous. Funny story, though. You know how they have like the mobile app with like banking, Lifesaver, you can do all the deposits. Have you tried to teach your mom how to do the mobile deposit
No.
yet? I was teaching my mom how to do it, and she takes a selfie instead of the check. Visit dimebank.com to learn more.
Here, I'll lay the land out for you. So the Olympic Village is obviously where everybody has to stay. Regardless of sport or nation, you're staying in the village. The only team that does not stay in the village is Team USA basketball. They are too high profile. You simply cannot have Kobe Bryant and LeBron James like walking around a dining hall. They won't go anywhere. they won't get anywhere.
Basically us in high school. We couldn't walk
Same.
around anywhere.
Totally.
because we were
Same.
So good
Yeah.
at D3 basketball.
Exactly. I mean, listen, student athlete of the year,
Like,
most
literally
most
amazing.
athletic.
Most athletic.
Come on.
I
know.
once scored 4 points in a game. It was insane.
Listen.
I almost got out of detention because of it.
the
But
paparazzi, I'm sure, were just wild.
yeah, no big
Couldn't even get to class on time. There was just too many stops on your way there. But so I am in the Olympic Village, 15 years old, and I'm getting food in the dining hall and I'm standing behind this wicked tall guy. He's like 6'6". He's got a Team Jamaica like jumpsuit on. And I'm like, oh, like that's so cool. And he turns around and it's frickin' Usain Bolt.
Oh, shit.
And so that was like a moment that like will stick with me forever because I then knew that I was so out of my league. But like the imposter syndrome was so real. But then you kind of like remember that you're at the Olympics because you're the best in the world at what you do. So it's this like weird like tug and pull of do I belong? Do I not? Like, what am I doing here? But everybody in the village you're on an equal playing field. And it's so cool because obviously some athletes are more famous than others or whatever, but you just have this mutual respect and camaraderie regardless of country, which I think was really interesting.
That's probably the coolest part, I bet.
Totally. Like I have friends from around the world, which is so really special. So,
and we got friends from like Cranston. So that's really
that's
cool.
pretty far.
I mean, it is far.
It's probably the same. What's it? Here to London, here to Cranston.
It's like the same.
You know,
It's
you need to
basically
pack
the
a
same.
bag.
Yeah.
It's basically the
same
day trip.
Yeah, same,
Same,
but
same.
different. It's fine.
And so what was life like when you're going through the process of getting ready for these swims? Like what is the stress like when you get to that final moment of like that competition? Like, do you get into a flow state? What does the adrenaline feel like? I'm just so curious what that must feel like.
Could you tell us? Athlete of the year?
So he busts my balls because all I ever do is tell us. I'm always so curious.
It's always the first question.
Yeah.
I love to learn.
I'm just so curious. So tell me about. And
no, but it's a great way to tee up a question. So I appreciate that.
No, it is.
I've done it a million times. You're fine. It's so debilitating, especially at a young age, that type of pressure. And there does come like some naiveness with it. You know, it's 15 years old. You don't really know who's watching at home. Like you're in this bubble and you're at the Olympics and you're, like I said earlier, you're just like doing what you do, which is swim. So you're nervous because you're doing it at the Olympics, which is like your pipe dream in the sport. It's the pinnacle of swimming. There's nothing greater than it. And then at the same time, you're just a kid. Like you don't really know what's going on.
Right.
So I think when I got older, I was able to tap into more of a flow state where I kind of like understood what my nerves meant, how to channel them into good energy. But I used to be the person that threw up before every race. I was so nervous. And a lot of people do that, especially at the Olympics, because it can make or break your career. And this is even before like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah, you're right. Because this is what, 08, right?
08. So Facebook was just a thing.
Right.
But there was no such thing as like really getting big sponsorships from competing well. So there was a little less pressure then in 2008. And then once I got to 2012 for my second Olympics, Instagram was around, Twitter, Facebook, obviously more like Visa was sponsoring the Olympics and McDonald's. And, you know, there's more people getting their head into the game. And I think that was also my best Olympics. So I can't say I was the most nervous for it, but I think I was just like at the top of my game. I was like, oh, I have the confidence because I know I'm the best in the world, but I know I'm not going to like let my guard down against anybody else. But a lot of it is everything you guys have heard, just like the cliche kind of try to be positive, lie to yourself if you have to. But like at that point, it's like, shit, you have been doing the sport of swimming. No one cares about your sport at all, except for once every 4 years. So like 3 years and 11 months are spent training for this one moment that nobody sees, nobody cares about, but you've been doing it. And you have this one chance to capitalize on all the work that you've done. Can you handle that? And that's, I think, your mindset separating the good from the great is, can you actually handle that pressure? And I was able to. Again, like, if I can do it, anybody can.
Don't be humble. Don't be humble.
RJ.
You came home with hardware.
Yeah.
Do not be humble, ma'am.
No, I get it. Like, it was kick ass what I did, but I also think there's some, like, I'm not sitting here being like, I'm Michael Phelps and I have 28 Olympic medals. 23 of them are gold and I'm the best it's ever been. You know,
that's all he's got? Damn.
That's all he's got, right?
Oh, okay.
Like, I am like, okay, sick. I went to 3 Olympics. Incredible. I have 2 Olympic medals. Incredible. But I am somebody that is also just like 5'6", size 7.5 feet, grew up in Rhode Island, like didn't move. Like, guys, when I was growing up in the state of Rhode Island and I was so good, so young, like I said, I had teams reaching out to me from like Florida, Texas, California, recruiting me as like a 9-year-old. And like
Wild.
And what do you do as parents? Like my parents were like, shoot, like, should she go? Like, does Rhode Island have what she needs? And I was the one that was like, I don't want to go. All my friends at Hamilton Elementary School, Hamilton Huskies need me for the dodgeball tournament. Like, I'm not leaving. So and that was the one thing that I loved. And I love about this podcast is like, I bleed New England, Rhode Island specifically. Like,
Of course.
I went out and swam at University of Florida, lived there for 8 years. It was awesome. But like, there was always this tug at my heart to come back home.
You always come back to New England. You
always
can move
come
away as much as you want,
Always.
but you will always come back to
Yeah.
New England. There's no place like home.
Yeah, no, you guys are stuck with me. So that's my story.
That's it.
I absolutely love it.
That's so cool.
Now I am, the social media world now is just so, it's everywhere.
Crazy.
And athletes such as yourself, like the first person that comes to thought for me is Lana Marr. She's
Oh my God, I
from-
knew you were going to say that.
Love her.
Yes. Love
She's great. I've been friends with her on TikTok for years. Because she's from
Ooh.
Massachusetts, but she capitalized with all the social media,
Yes.
Dancing with the Stars. She got out there. Now, obviously you were slightly premature to that. So
Yes.
what is the process for athletes? Because I think a lot of people think to themselves like, oh, they won Olympics. They must be millionaires. They were in the Olympics. They're these wicked famous
Totally.
people. And I'm like, I think that's the top 1% of the top 1% of people.
Yep.
How does that process work? Because you gotta, do you pay to get on these planes to put yourself up while you're there? Does the Olympics cover it? Is
Yeah.
it Team USA? How do you make like a living and career? And then from there, how did you catapult into what you're getting into now?
No, these are great questions. So I think I'll address the social media part
Yeah,
first.
please.
Like, I think Alona has said it multiple times. Like, if you being on TikTok and you creating content while you're at the Olympics doesn't distract you, do it. But if it does distract you, don't do it. Like, that is your priority, is performing at the Olympics. But I can't even imagine how much stress these athletes feel going to an event like the Olympics, where it happens once every 4 years.
Right.
You can either make or break yourself there, and having to then like feel the pressure to document every single thing while you're trying to focus on competing. Like, I would not be able to do that. I don't know how the swim team operated in Paris and Tokyo, but the rule always was, when I was on the team, at least, like, no phones in the team area, no phones cheering. Like, if you need your phone to listen to music before your race, do it. But otherwise, like, that is a distraction. We stay away from it. So I have the utmost respect for the athletes that are actually competing well and winning medals, like the women's rugby team, the rugby sevens team, but also like Alona finding the balance of like doing that and winning Olympic medals, and then also creating kick-ass content. So
Facts.
that, amazing. Check that off. How you make a living as an Olympian is probably just as difficult, especially back in my, I hate to say back in my day, but guys, we're old.
Yeah, we're in our 30s now.
Don't I know it? Class of 2010.
Hashtag millennials.
That's us. But like back then it was, you got a college scholarship, and also now the NCAA and the NIL, it's a completely different beast.
Wild West.
Back in my day, it was, all right, get a full scholarship to go to your school and swim there, and then hope that you're good enough after 4 years to sign a suit sponsorship deal, like Speedo, Nike, Arena. Those are kind of like the top 3 brands, Tier
Okay.
as well. And then that would hopefully cover all of your expenses. You do get a stipend from USA Swimming if you are a certain top, I think it's top 16 in the world.
Okay.
And so that typically helps kind of like cover all of your swimsuit costs, your flights, your food, travel, accommodations, all that stuff. But it's not glamorous especially with being a swimmer. There's not money in swimming, really. There's money in tennis, there's money in other golf, but swimming is so, again, once every 4 years. It's hard to put your money to something that's only on TV.
Right, because I
Every
think that the
quad.
perception is like, oh, they're a professional athlete, so they must be making money. It's like, but it's once every 3 years. You're not playing every Sunday like the NFL. You're not playing
No.
3 times a week NBA, 5 times a week MLB,
Yeah.
4 times like the NHL. Like, you guys are working your asses off for this off period, for the one chance to capitalize. And then maybe if you're good enough in that 1 to 2 days or 1 month, like, then maybe you could make a career out of it.
Right.
And I don't necessarily think that's just as you, like, if you're coming from the US, you have a lot more opportunity. Let's
For sure.
just be transparent.
sure.
So these
100%.
individuals who are training from these foreign countries that are especially, in the realm of not necessarily being very affluent countries that can offer an abundance, this is everything. This is why these countries get so many fans that are backing them, because they're like, you are the future. You can bring attention to our country. You can bring in money,
Truly.
royalties, commercials, all of these things that can boost the economy. Like the pressure is like immense.
Oh,
And I just
couldn't
feel like
even
the perception when we were younger was always like, oh my God, they must be so rich. And it's like,
same.
yeah, it's like, so I just was curious.
Yeah, no, I
Damn it,
mean,
I
it's
said it
like,
again.
I agree. It's like when you see somebody on TV, you automatically think like, oh my God, they're famous. They're so rich.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
like, no, I mean, obviously, like you said, the top 1% of the 1% will make it and get incredible sponsorships and deals. But unless you're that, you're kind of scraping to just get what you get, which is where the social media thing has helped.
Right.
But then you do have to balance that with training. I mean, swimming, you're training 6 to 8 hours a day. You're exhausted. Like the last thing you want to do after your second practice in the afternoon when you get home at 7 p.m. is to create content. Like, because creative energy takes a lot too.
100%.
And when you're physically tired, you're like, oh, my brain doesn't even work right now. And I have to set up this camera and like, so it's, it's tough.
You're so right.
No matter what,
so
it's
on
tough.
point.
Yeah.
100%.
So
what was the transition like back into the regular world after you've been on the high of competing and swimming and being an Olympic athlete? The transition must have been pretty difficult.
yeah,
So
it
walk me
actually
through
is.
that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said difficult, because some people just think like it's easy and you just get into a corporate job and like, oh yeah, you're fine. But I think, and I want to sound relatable here, and I know that it might be difficult because not many people go to the Olympics and get that opportunity, but
Right.
you go to the Olympics, you've reached your lifelong dream, and then it's like over. You know, like people care about you for 3 seconds and then you're back to reality. And whether that means you're going back to your college campus or you're retiring and you're done with the sport that you've known for your whole life and you have no other identity than being that sport and an athlete in that sport. So it's called like the Olympic come down, like post-Olympic depression. And it's very real because you're on top of the world. Like you have done something that like no one does.
Right.
And then you're kind of expected to just like hop back into the real world and like do your thing. And it's like everybody wants a piece of you. The Today Show, Good Morning America, all these brands, you know, like you're doing this whole press tour when you get home, and then October, November hits and it's quiet and you're like, okay, now what? And so it's difficult. It's a rebranding. It's like the death of an identity when you leave your sport and you come home from the Olympics almost. But I will say for me, I had it easier than most because I knew that I wanted to go into journalism. And so what I do now is I cover the Olympics. I cover all the NCAA meets for NBC and ESPN. So like swimming, I've even done some stuff for the Winter Olympics with NBC. So I'm like, it was seamless for me, whereas for others, it's not. And I recognize that. And I'm also somebody that's lucky that ended their career on a good note. Like I just like sailed off into the sunset. I was like, okay, bye everybody. Like it's been really great. Like I wasn't injured. I didn't like just miss an Olympic team, which I know too many people that's happened to. So I can like still put on a cap and goggles and swim for leisure, for fun, for play. I have some friends that like will not put on a like one piece practice suit, cap, goggles, because it's still too traumatic to them because they missed an Olympic team by the blink of an eye, by like 0.01. So I find myself in a very fortunate seat, recognize that it's not like that for everybody, but even me being in this fortunate seat, like it was still really hard to come back. Like once I was done after my third Olympics, I left Florida. I was training at the University of Florida for 8 years, left Florida, came home, moved into my parents' house because like I had nothing lined up. Like my lease ended in Gainesville and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going home. Like I had no plan. And then I was like, wait, I mean, I wasn't old. I was like 23, but I was like, okay, I'm at like my mom and dad's again. Like what now? Like, like now I can experience Rhode Island and where I live as like an adult. Like the last time I was here, I was 17. So like there was so much learning to do. But I finally feel like I'm in a place where I have stability and my feet underneath me. And I'm like you guys, like a million stokes in the fire is how I roll. And I'm like, because I think I was the opposite of that my whole life. It was swimming. period.
Right.
Like point blank, we're done. That's the end of the sentence. I'm a swimmer. That is what I do. I have time for nothing else. And now that that's over, I'm like, I've got time for everything. So New England podcast? Absolutely. What time do you want me? Like, I can do whatever the hell I want. And it's so freeing. It's great.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So then where does the music come into play for you? Is that like a passion that you've had? Or did you discover it over the time? Like,
so
where did that come from?
I started playing violin before I started swimming competitively. So I went to a birthday party when I was 3 years old, and we all know that birthday parties at that age are for the parents, not the kids.
Right.
And there was this, like, to me at 3 years old, amazing live band. And one of the members in it was a violinist. And instead of me playing in like the bouncy house with my friends, I sat crisscross applesauce like I am now in front of the violinist specifically.
Interesting. You have a great memory. I can't remember anything from 3 years old.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is per my parents. Come on. I'm like recounting this like... And then I blinked and I knew that I was going to be a violinist. No, this is fully recounting a story from my parents. And I guess I came home and I was like, I want a violin for Christmas. And I got a violin for Christmas, which probably made my parents' ears bleed for a good 5 years, because no kid that age should be playing a violin at any instrument. But I like, that was my baby. And then there was like that weird transition where when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, I got really good at swimming, like the best in the country at swimming. And I was really good at violin too. But I think like my parents had the foresight to know that swimming had an expiration date on it. Where like our body, I mean, you talk about like swimming now because your joints, like you cannot hold that peak athletic ability your whole life. So capitalize on that now. Guess what you can do your whole life? Like play violin and piano and all these instruments. God willing, you have like, you don't have arthritis or something.
Right,
and so I was like lucky enough to have, I still took lessons and did orchestra all throughout high school and private lessons and all that stuff. And then when I went to school at University of Florida, violin and piano kind of like took a back seat. Like there's just no time. Like if I wanted to have a social life, I could not be like playing instruments. So I kind of like took a break from music, and it's like riding a bike. Like it never leaves you, but I was definitely rusty. And then I moved back, like I said, when I was done swimming, and, you know, I like dusted off the old violin case, opened up the piano and started playing leisurely. And then one of the guys that I was kind of in a friend group in Newport with, they're in a band and they were playing Folk Fest and they needed a violinist, and I got to play Newport Folk Fest as like their violinist.
Cool.
So that like having that taste of being on stage and the adrenaline rush brought me exactly back to where I was before I swam races. And I had been like searching for that feeling, because you never get to replicate
Right.
swimming at the Olympics ever again in your life. Like I've peaked. Like,
I don't know. You ever been sitting in front of your microwave waiting for that Hot Pocket to finish? That's like,
shit,
that
that's
adrenaline
good.
rush is crazy.
that's honestly touche. Ian.
Olympics, Hot Pocket, they're really close.
I can't argue you. I can't argue you because I agree. But like that, like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I'm on stage, I'm doing something like freaking Hot Pockets. I'm dead.
I don't even eat Hot Pockets. I don't know why I said that.
Good.
But, sorry.
Hot Pockets. Yum. But so I like was so stoked and high after playing Folk Fest and realized like, wait, I'm really good at this. Why don't I just do this? You know, which is like, it's like a realization we kind of hopefully all come to, especially as creatives. But then it's like, okay, like, how do I make this happen? And so I had met a guy and he's in Zach Brown band, and it was like a weird connection. And we just like immediately hit it off. And I texted him, his name's Hop. And I was like, Hop, what do I do? Like, I'm not a lead singer. I just want to be like if you guys are your band, I just want to be your violinist or your keys player. Like, I don't want to like sing, maybe background vocals, but whatever. I'm an instrumentalist. How do I do this? Because I don't like write lyrical songs. I just want to play on them. And he kind of was like, you need to write your own music. That's kind of like your resume that you have. It's like your social media profile. Like, you need to post more. You need to write more. Then you need to upload it to Spotify and Apple Music and da-da-da-da-da. And I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'm going to start writing music now. So it was like out of a movie, you kind of just like sit down at your piano, and that's where I write. I write on the piano, and I'm like, okay, like play this note. Like, does
Yeah.
it sound good? Because I've only ever just like read music and played music that's already been written for me.
Right.
So it was really cool to kind of like go down that creative rabbit hole and push myself in a way that I had never been pushed before. And so started writing. I'm sitting on a ton of music right now. But my favorite type of writing is very like cinematic, like you're watching a war movie and there's big orchestral sound and I don't know, like evokes a feeling.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm in it.
I know.
Hans
I
Zimmer
can
is coming to TD Garden, I believe, right?
Hans Zimmer, yes. Like,
Are you going to that show by chance?
No, but I
I will
should.
get you connected over there. They'll bring you out.
Perfect. Of
Maybe
course you
maybe
will.
we'll get to the violin in the pit.
Oh,
You never know.
Oh, they might need one extra.
All I have to do is Olympic swimmer would like to be at your party.
and they'll
Hans
be
Zimmer.
like, what the hell does she do with violin? Like, that's also been an interesting thing too for me, is like recognizing that I can be both, but also like kind of like letting the swimming thing go a little bit. It's been interesting like how I've kind of handled that, because at first I was like, I was almost like embarrassed by violin a little bit because it's not a cool instrument, especially growing up. Like, you want to be the guitarist or like the drummer. And I was like, well, I play violin in the orchestra. Like, it's not like the popular kid instrument. So I kind of like was a closeted violinist for a while, like truly. And then I was like, wait, this people need violinists in their
100%.
music all the time.
My soul needs it, so please continue playing it. I love a good
Anything for
violin.
you. Absolutely. Throw in your requests. I'm done. I'll do it.
Now, I am, oh my God, the duality of being like an Olympic swimmer, but then have the artistic ability to like hear music, feel music, experience it, and share it. Those are two very different worlds.
Yeah.
And I am so curious what both of those kind of do for your soul, because I think about it from the capacity of one of them is kind of seems more like a passion. Like when I think of music, it's like there's a talent there, but there's a passion. And then I think of swimming and it's like that is like a desire. I feel like most athletes are like, I desire to be the best athlete that you could possibly be.
Yeah.
We all had it. I mean, I would sit in my driveway at 9:00 at night and 3 seconds left, the NBA finals.
Yeah.
Ian Brownhill, 5'8" from the free throw line to win for the Boston Celtics.
On the buzzer.
Like, yeah. Like, so God, what is that? What are the two differences for you? And is there one that you truly love more?
Ooh, that Ian doing his homework and asking me the deep questions. You know what? I'll start with the similarities, and I know you didn't ask that, but I do
Kind of
think.
what I meant, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I honestly just
I'm going
talk.
to throw it in there because maybe somebody will. Maybe you guys will relate. Like when I was swimming, it was so quiet, and that's where I did like a lot of my thinking, because you're underwater. Like, it's not a social sport at all. And I think when I was done swimming, I just like, I'm extroverted. So I just like threw myself into every social environment I could find, and I wasn't swimming anymore. So I didn't like have those literal 4 to 5 hours of quiet a day. And I was like, I didn't really like know what was off, but I just like didn't feel like myself. And it wasn't until I started playing music again, where you kind of like find that quiet, that I started feeling good. So they both serve me in the same way, like same, but different. I think the differences are exactly what you said. I think music has always been a passion of mine. And I think both bring me happiness. But I think if at the end of the day, I was going to choose like which one made me almost feel more fulfilled, it would be music. Because, and maybe I'm saying this because I'm like so far removed from the feeling of winning an Olympic medal or going a best time, which are incredible feelings for sure. But you just creating in the process of music is so much more enjoyable than swimming. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to call a spade. Swimming for 5 to 6 hours a day, staring at a black line in a chlorinated pool is not fun. Like, that is not how I define fun. Yeah. It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
Right? It's the desire to get that goal at the end. But for me, sitting down at my piano for 3 hours and being like, okay, I want to create, and I write music visually. So normally what I'll do is like, okay, I don't really have any direction to create today. So I'll go to YouTube and I'll like look up winter storm footage, and I'll just let it play. And I'll play piano to the winter storm. So like it gets me in the mood.
I love that.
Yeah, like it's going to be in a minor key. It's going to be moody, So I enjoy that versus swimming on a black line for multiple hours.
Right.
I don't really enjoy that. So, but I will say swimming taught me work ethic. It taught me, oh my God, once every 4 years, like you better have short-term and long-term goals and like see them through.
Patience, persistence, discipline.
Exactly.
like-
And like, God, with music, I kind of got into it and, played Newport Folk Festival. Like the year that I picked up my violin, I was like, oh my God, yeah, sick. Like I'm going to be on tour.
It's giving Olympics at 15.
It's giving like I didn't have to try it on. Now I'm just
Oh my God, is this a violin? Oh my God, is it the largest folk festival in all of the Northeast? Sure, I'll
Am
play.
I a prodigy? And so I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be so easy. Like
Right.
everything, and it, like I need to remind myself. Sure, even Olympics at 15 is so young, but like I joined my first team at 5. There was 10 years of work leading up to that first Olympic Games, and then another 10 years to go to my second and third. So I'm like, okay, that was cool. It was a nice little taste, a nugget of what could be. But now it's more like, okay, how do I play this game of being an artist and a creative, which you guys know is not black and white. Swimming, black and white. You win or you don't, right? Very easy to tell who's the best.
Yeah.
Creating, playing music, whatever it is like you might be somebody's cup of tea, I might not. And it's all very subjective. So I am now dealing with needing validation
Yep.
and knowing that, like there was a quote that I read that has been like a constant reminder with my violin and piano stuff is you might be the juiciest and ripest peach in the world, but somebody's still going to hate peaches. It doesn't matter how good you are at what you do. So, somebody's just not going to like it. And so that's been like, as a chronic people pleaser and somebody that's always just been like in swimming the best, it's been interesting for me to kind of like navigate that throughout my own self. But I'm loving it because it's a challenge. So,
And I love that for you.
yeah. And I know you guys can resonate too,
Oh, yeah.
because it's a scary world online.
You find it's with sports. I feel like it's so difficult because no matter what level of competition you play, whether it's middle school, high school, college, the biggest stage ever on the world, the Olympics, like for some of us. But
Right.
like,
You could have done it. I'm just putting it out there. You could
Yeah.
have done the Olympics.
yeah, these at my knees, my
Bad
knees,
knees.
you almost
It's
made
your
one
joints, it's your
play.
bones.
They
Come
didn't
on,
have
you
football
needed-
Olympics back then, if you know what I'm saying. No, but like you always, I feel like. Would you spill water?
Yeah, it made me laugh. I
You're just
said
so funny. You silly goose.
You always chase something. Like it's either some sports you either chase being better than another team, or some like swimming or track. Because realistically, let's be real. Unless you're doing a relay, it's an individual thing.
For sure.
You can't rely on anybody else
Yeah.
but yourself. And like you said, I ran track, and I can't tell you how many times I'm thinking like 200, 400. Like, got to get this right.
Yeah.
But how did you find, like, after all those years, like getting back into that groove of like, and I know you kind of touched upon it because you said you never really had that like hate for the pool, where
Yeah.
like some people can't even like, don't show me those goggles, I'm gonna freak out. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, for sure.
So like, how did you feel like you found that like desire and like that drive again?
Very good question.
That is a great question. I think years of not having it and not having the itch scratched and kind of just like being lazy. Not that
Yeah.
I was lazy, but like I kind of just, once I was done swimming for a couple years, I started doing the NBC thing and the ESPN thing, but that was so sparse with swimming. So I kind of just like flitted around the world and traveled and like did all the things that I couldn't do when I was swimming, got it out of my system. And then I was like, okay, I can't go to another country. Like these trips were just Band-Aids, and I'm ready to kind of like open Pandora's box and get to the bottom of like why I'm not feeling like myself. And I think that was kind of like, I think we all kind of have to go through that.
Oh,
like,
100%.
just like a rut and like, just like do whatever you want, discover yourself or don't discover yourself. I think I like undiscovered myself to then rediscover myself in a way. But it was, I needed that time. And then I think, again, like you said, I'm very lucky to love swimming. And the way that I got back into swimming was there's an open water group at Narragansett Beach. And I was like, I'm still not ready to put on there's a thing called masters in swimming. And it's like older people that have retired that like come back and race and like see where they're at. Like I'm still not ready for that. My ego is not. So, but that's where ocean swimming is the best because there's no pace clock. There's no time. The conditions are always different. So doesn't matter if I'm fast or slow that day, like nobody's gonna know.
Right.
So it was like a very healthy way for me to get back into swimming.
Yeah.
And I can like still swim in a pool, obviously, but I
You
don't
never
like,
really lose it.
no.
But it's just not the same.
It's never gonna be the same.
It's wild though, right? We
Yes.
did. Oh, sorry. No, they're not here.
We did not.
Sorry. Somebody was busy this weekend. No, so I ran a 5K for the first time this weekend.
Congratulations.
And it was the first time, and I meant to tell you this, the first time I felt like an athlete since college.
Wow.
I've never had fun running, but I enjoyed it this weekend.
See, I'm such like a visual person, and I'm just thinking of this charity and everyone walking, and this guy just screaming like, "Yeah, motherfucker, get it! Let's go!"
So, it was funny because like it was just like, and it's running. It was for charity. I could have walked.
For sure.
I didn't have
It's
to
not a
run.
race. Yeah.
But like I gave myself some time to train, and I got a little bit feeling good, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I ran the whole time. But it was just so cool because I haven't felt that feeling in so long.
Yeah.
And it made me like, all right, because we're doing a Spartan race in November, and I'm like, all right, I got 7 weeks to train. I'm gonna eat right. It's gonna be just like college and high school. I'm
Let's
gonna do my
go.
shit. I'm gonna start running
That
again.
creatine in your drink.
Oh, yeah.
Bulking
No,
season.
we're past creatine. We're straight to TRT. We are 33. We're just gonna.
Yep.
Shink.
This is not true, ladies and gentlemen. I am not on TRT.
I'm going to be. I'm getting my hair back.
my words.
I'm getting it back.
You're gonna get
Wait, where's the Spartan race? Is it up in
Fenway.
Vermont? Oh,
Fenway.
Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Fenway
Oh my
Park.
God.
Yeah, at
Can
the
I
park.
come and cheer?
I'll
Sure, come and
Make you
cheer.
guys
Yeah.
a nice sign.
Hell yeah. But no, it was cool. It's nice to hear that because that's how it kind of I thought of it was like it's
Yeah.
been a while, and I was like, that felt good. I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
missed
know,
it.
And being at such a high level, I'm sure it's even amplified because I couldn't even imagine being on a stage that surreal.
Yeah, spooky.
Yeah, fucking
Spooky.
fucking badass over there. That's why we gave you the whole couch.
I know.
Badass.
You know, in the digital world that we're in right now, I feel like the access to athletes has opened up a larger or broader conversation about like athletes and then the life after, like you're talking about, and creatives. Cause I also feel like they've been not necessarily misunderstood, but the perception, like the wall of what we thought it was, has been kind of taken down. And that's what's important about conversations like this and podcasts and social media as a whole, because we're getting a peek behind the curtain to see like what it was actually like.
Yeah.
And the average individual who is in a 9-to-5, who never really explored any of their arts or their passions because they were like, well, I got to go to college. I need to get a job and I need to buy a house. And these are all the things I have to do. And their comment was always like, oh, it must be easy. They're Olympic athletes. They're rich. Oh,
Right.
they're like, oh, they've made it to the, you know, The Voice. They must be incredible musicians.
Right.
They have it all together, but they always forget that there was a mountain to climb to get to that particular point.
Yeah.
And just how difficult it can kind of feel after. So I'm kind of glad that this world is starting to blend and it's creating a lot of motivation for the, I don't want to say average person, because I feel like everyone has a passion. Everyone has something that they
Agreed.
desire to explore in the arts world that they just never took a leap of faith on. And that's why these kind of conversations, I think, are just incredibly important. So thank you for shedding light on all of those things, because I think that hopefully the right listener who might be on the edge about taking that leap of faith in themselves and exploring can realize like they got one life and anyone can truly do it. And
Agreed.
Yeah.
yes, it takes sacrifice and it takes time and hard work, but I think more than anything, it just takes a little bit of hope and belief in yourself more than anything.
You wrapped that up so nice. What a little mic drop, Ian.
I try.
And I will add one other thing to that.
Please
I think
do.
like when I always am like, okay, I just don't want to regret anything when I'm 10, 20, 30, 40 years older now. So it's like, just do it. Like just rip the Band-Aid off. Just do it. Take the risk.
I love that.
You
We
know?
should create a company with that
We
slogan.
need-
That would be incredible.
Just
we would
do it.
make
Just do it. Imagine,
zillions.
has
I
anyone
know.
done that yet?
I don't think so.
We're geniuses.
Did we just? Oh my God.
We're about to start a multi-billion-dollar
We're gonna skyrocket. Yeah.
Let's do it.
It all started here in New England.
Could you imagine?
Now, you also
Just do
get
it.
into some other dare I say, like charitable work. Like I feel like you get involved with like helping kids and
Yeah.
coaching, all this stuff. Let's hear about how, let's dive into another subject
Let's
of why you're the
dive
best
in.
friggin' human in this room right now.
Wow.
We got a lot to live up to
Oh
here.
my God. I didn't pay you guys enough for this. Whew.
You got paid?
Yeah. Shit. I paid you guys. Hey, gas
You think
me up, would
you think that last question I could actually think of? No, this was all.
Come on.
This is memorized.
It's all
Don't
been
forget I'm an
scripted
actor.
from me, right? Like, come on. It's the dream team,
I was wondering why I wasn't
No.
included in the planning.
right?
That makes
See,
sense.
RJ, you're just here. Look cute.
it.
You're doing great.
Damn
Yep,
it.
Yeah.
You were right.
Told you.
Yep. Penny knew. Charity stuff. Yeah. I just like, it's part of what I love. I mean, I started swimming because people gave their time to me and taught me how to swim. And especially like working so closely with USA Swimming. Swimming is, it's a great sport, but it's also the only sport that is a life-saving skill. So, and especially for us living in the ocean state, like we need to have our kids learning how to swim. So that's like a big passion of mine just because I grew up on Bonnet Shores Beach. Like before I could like swim or walk, I was on that beach. So for, the dream would be for every single kid, public or private here in Rhode Island, to get free swimming lessons. I don't know how that happens. Like obviously grants and stuff will have to come into play, but I love that type of stuff. And then I started my own charity a few years ago. I lost my dad to cancer, and I swam to Block Island to raise money for it. This was me coming back into swimming, actually. This was kind of like how I fell back in love with it, which is crazy, like a silver lining to all of it, I guess I will say. But, like your parent gets diagnosed with cancer, you're reading all the articles and the books, and they're like, well, you got to do something for your loved one to give them something to look forward to. And so I was like, okay, well, it's too late for me to go to the Olympics again. Like that ship sailed 5 years ago. So I was like, okay, like what can I, like swimming is my platform at this time in my life. Like how can I make good use of it and raise some funds? So I was like, oh, you know what? Like only one person has ever swum to Block Island, and it wasn't a female. So like I could be the first woman to do it. That would be sick. And so I called it Block Cancer, which I thought was frickin' brilliant.
Genius.
I know. I'm amazing.
You are a friggin' mogul over there.
No.
Go.
You are the human chat GPT
That's
form.
me. And this was pre-Chat GPT. I know. So
We're gonna
I
change
was
the
like,
name.
yeah, see?
No more ChatGPT.
We could do our own jingle. Come sail away on the
The block.
Elizabeth Beisel ferry.
Yeah.
No, does that work? If I use your name instead of Block Island?
We could do it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
All right.
But yeah, so that
Singing,
was like,
singing, not my strong suit.
right. It's okay.
Except for in the shower.
Honestly, same. Honestly, same. But so Block Cancer became like a thing, and I swam to Block Island, raised all these funds, and that's been something that I like still work on passionately because it's a way to kind of like keep my dad with me, and I will definitely not be swimming to Block Island again. People are like, what's next? I'm like, maybe like I don't know, a music festival, something that doesn't require swimming 12 and a half miles in the open ocean. I'm okay. But so I think it like selfishly charity makes you feel good.
Amazing. Yeah.
And like it makes me feel good, but then of course like it makes others feel good, and it's just all around a great thing to be a part of. So
Isn't it amazing how you set out with a goal to do something special, something specific, like learning how to play violin and becoming a great artist, like going to Olympics and swimming, and you do all of these things and you put in years of hard work, just like any other person puts in years of hard work to become the manager of their company.
Yeah.
And when they get there, they're like, oh, I'm the manager. But when you get there as an individual entrepreneurial artist of any capacity, there's a guilt where you're like, I shouldn't feel good about this.
Yeah.
Even though I raised money and I'm giving back to everyone.
Right.
There's a guilt where I'm like, well, I don't want anyone to think that I did this because it makes me feel good. I want them to know I did it for the right cause.
right.
Isn't that
And it's
such a
like-
weird feeling?
It is, because it's like, no, it like two can be true at the same time.
Right. Like I feel really good about this, but I don't want people to think that I
Yeah.
did it just to make myself feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
But
feel
why
like
is that
that-
Imposter
a thing?
syndrome.
Why
I,
does
think it
like
comes with, I feel like
society-
that comes with being a creative person.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
absolutely.
Such a
Feel
guilt
selfish.
to it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, you're in the Olympics. Like, yeah, but also like, how's your day? What are
like,
you doing?
But yeah,
Yeah.
like enough about me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
They're like, literally, I went to my 9 to 5. It was terrible. Tell me about the
was
fucking
horrible.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So true.
Yeah, it is. I do it to him all the time. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Because, I personally think he makes great videos.
I personally think so too.
The one you did the other day with Netflix, dude, I watched it on every platform. It was on point.
Thank you very much.
Just
Just trying to
give
be a
you a
little bit
little
more
too.
creative. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone with a lot of new
good.
things. So
Look,
See?
and how does it
Yeah.
feel?
it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult because I live and die by my audience, and it's very risky to do things that your audience has not approved of yet. So I live by the sword. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you're a creative person, but your audience is like the sword to your throat, where you're like, at any moment you make content they don't like, they could just, and
We're done.
your career's done.
And I'll find you.
Oh,
And I'll come and
There's my
get you.
RJ and I
bodyguard
are
too, by the
gonna-
way. Yeah.
I don't have a following to lose. I'll get you. Me and Elizabeth are gonna get you.
oh yeah. Wait, how long do you think it typically takes for your audience to like buy into something new that you're trying?
Well, let's see. So I started trying to get into like the men's fashion and men's grooming space. And it's been about 2 years now.
I
that
love
I've
your
been-
beard videos.
Thank you very
They're
much.
So great.
That's like a really difficult thing to do because
Yeah.
there is a interesting concept there where my audience is primarily female. I have like a 65 to 70% following of female, which is really good because they're far more engaging. They're more likely to like, comment, share. They're more interested in seeing what is going on.
Yeah.
And then from a brand perspective, engagement is important. So females are more
Right.
inept to purchase these type of things because most men don't shop for themselves. So a woman might be like,
Right.
oh, this is like a good razor. I'll get this for my husband for a holiday, Christmas,
Yeah.
birthday, anniversary. But then on the flip side, it's like the men that follow you are kind of like, dude, I don't want to watch you shave. What the hell are you like? Do the funny
Wow.
thing. Don't why are you winking at me?
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
doing? And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm just trying to be cute.
They're like, but you're the guy that like yells on screens, but I'm actually really sensitive and I like to, and I like to shave and make my beard look good.
Yeah.
And
like,
that's like a hard thing to put out there because it's a vulnerable thing too. And the same way, like I do these try on hauls. I love fashion. I really
Yes.
want to get into the fashion space in some capacity. So I'm like trying to find jeans. I'm like, this is a real problem for me. I can't find jeans. I am like short and stubby and stocky
Yeah.
with a huge butt. I can't get pants that fit because then I get too tights of jeans and the guys make fun of me for it.
right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm trying to go through it, but I'm trying to do it in a funny way where I'm like
You're
smacking
being
my
real
butt
about
and
it,
doing
but
like,
yeah,
you know,
but funny.
so it's like, it's been a long road. I've been into it for 2 years and I'm just now starting to get some positive feedback where it's engaging in some capacity.
Yeah. I honestly, I can empathize with that. That's kind of how I felt when I started to post about violin. Like my entire following is swimming.
Right.
And then I just like started posting about violin and people were like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like,
Swim.
This is the wrong
Do the violin underwater.
And I was so hesitant. Like I hated posting violin, but now like kind of like you, like 2 years in, I'm kind of warming up to it. I'm like, oh no, people now know that this is just like a part of me.
Right.
But it's always like that initial like few month phase of being like, this is also a part of me. Please accept me for everything that I am.
It's the most difficult part of social
Yeah,
media,
it
especially if
is.
you're someone who is considered a niched individual.
For sure.
Because I didn't start off doing hair, makeup, and day in the life vlogs. So
Right.
when I'm like, hey guys, come with me. They're like, hey, how about you yell about this weather?
Yeah, like
And you'll see
where's the
that
Dunkin'
on-
Donuts?
Yeah.
Huh? Like, come on.
Any video that I do that's not like my New England character, you will see comments. What do you gotta say about Jaron Duran, dude? Like you the fucking walk-off home run last night. And I'm like, I can't, like, I'm not a sports analyst. Like the people
Right.
want something for every little thing that gets done, which I love and I understand. And I'm wicked appreciative of that. Everyone is like engaged like that.
For
But
sure.
I have to, let some of it marinate too, because I don't want to overplay and overdo my character. So
Yeah.
anyways, enough about me. Let's
Anyways.
get into our So New England segment.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Okay, we have 6 beautiful states here
Yes.
in New England.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Have you swam in all of those states in some capacity, whether it's a pool or the ocean
Yes.
or a lake?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so I would like you
All
to
6.
rank the states by the best places to swim.
Oh.
Oh, I'm niching this down
hold
for
on,
you
baby.
now.
Are we doing ocean or pool?
Whatever you want.
Okay, if we're doing ocean, it's going to be, well, not all of them will come into this category, but ocean would be Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine. I don't think I've ever swum in the ocean in New Hampshire, which does have a little bit of
Yeah,
border.
Hampton Beach.
Yeah, Hampton Beach.
Pretty
I've never
dangerous.
swum there.
There's
yeah.
needles in the water, I'm told, but we'll see.
Oh God. Okay, we're gonna avoid that.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hampton Beach. I'm sorry.
Yes. I would say in terms of pools, the best pools are honestly now that Brown has this new pool here. Oof. But Massachusetts has the best pools. Then probably Rhode Island, but only because of Brown. then Connecticut, then probably Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Like those three, like, I don't even know.
How about swimming in the lakes? Do you like swimming in the lakes? Is
Yeah,
that like
I don't mind lakes.
All right.
Do you?
I love, like, especially New Hampshire. I'm a lake guy over an ocean guy because I'm like,
'Cause you don't
there
like the
is
sharks.
something in the water.
Yes.
But I feel a lot safer that, but the brown murky is just as scary as like the blue murky, if I'm being honest.
No, I know.
I just want, and that's why I like pools. I'm a pool guy.
You're a pool guy.
I'm a
That's
pool
all
guy.
right. There's
If I
nothing
was
wrong with
rich,
it.
I would build a beach and then make it a pool. You ever seen that one in Orlando? There's like a resort in Orlando that has like a beach pool, and it's like this massive, massive thing. It's like one of the biggest
That's
pools
what
in the
you
world.
need.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
I'm just putting that out there.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
We'll
not
get
about
on
New
it.
England.
Well,
So much for the
we
New
blow
England
up the So
segment.
New England pod.
Anyways, Florida.
Yeah.
Really great.
Oh, I'm curious. Let's see. Okay, if you could add a state, city, country to New England, what's it gonna be?
Okay. This is so out of left field. So I love to surf, and probably the most like peaceful, idyllic place that I've ever been is the Maldives. So
okay.
Nice.
and
Look
we
at this.
do get surf here, but there aren't like crystal clear waters or reefs and warm water all year round. And if I could just like plop the Maldives
That's
right
a first.
off the coast.
That's it.
That's
I
a
know.
first.
That's
the
why I'm
Maldives.
here.
I
That's
like
what we
Clearwater.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Clearwater's
Clearwater. I'll
nice.
do it.
And there are sharks, but they're like,
Oh, you lost me again.
No.
Okay, I was in for a second, but then you.
Jesus.
I mean,
See
if I'm gonna
them.
die, I don't want to watch the shark from the water coming to
No,
get me.
they won't
It
bother
needs to be a
you.
surprise.
They won't bother you.
It needs to be a surprise.
You surf too? What don't you do?
Well, my gosh. Host my own podcast and create
Not
content
yet.
for a living? And
Not
okay, Ian, whatever.
This is a soft launch. She's gonna have a podcast coming in the next year. I can feel it.
I'm now the third host of So New England. I'm like, hey, remember when?
I absolutely love it. Okay, how about New England foods? You a
Yes.
foodie?
Yes.
All right. Do you have like a favorite state for food? Is there a food that you think is like, what food would like describe New England to you?
I mean, describe New England, probably clam chowder, right? Like New England clam chowder. I feel like that's like the easiest, or a lobster roll. Although I think the lobster roll game is overrated, not because it's not good, but because of the price.
Ooh, that's fair.
You
That's a
know,
good
like
point.
I
It's
think
pricey.
It is.
it is. It's
Lobster's
not
getting
enough.
pricey up
It's
there.
not enough lobster for me.
It's
you
not.
know, like
It's never
I'm
enough.
I'm never
$27
satisfied.
for a hot dog roll of
I kn-
lobster. You're kind of like, hey, pal, where's the rest of this thing?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
never
I'm with it.
satisfied.
I'm with it.
Never satisfied. But I do think
I
Rhode Island
respect it.
food is great. I think all food
We
in New
do
England
have
is great.
good food in Rhode Island. I think it's slept on a lot, especially out of the
Agreed.
6 other states.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
All right, you're a sports gal.
I am.
Give me the New England sports teams in order, like favorite to not necessarily least favorite, but like, you know,
Okay.
what are you the most likely to watch?
Red Sox.
Ooh,
I
baseball
grew
first,
up,
okay.
Yes, like with the Nomar Garcia Parra,
Oh,
Manny
we love
Ramirez, Kurt Schilling, like era, Big Papi. Those were my people growing up.
Love that.
So Red Sox, then Patriots, then Celtics, then Bruins.
Love it.
Those would be my order. But
Are you a soccer gal at all? I feel like, did you play soccer?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. I did, but like Ocean State soccer, like
Well, I just,
you know, once a month in the summer. Like, I don't like no soccer, but yeah.
Well, you know, because
I guess
we got the
Revolution.
Revs. Yeah,
yeah.
we got a couple
I
of
would
cool things.
sadly
going on.
have to put them last, only because I know nothing about them.
Yeah.
I still cheer for them.
We have surprisingly, we don't have a lot of big name teams, but we actually do have quite a few. I mean, you know, there's UConn, there's the
Yeah.
Boston Cannons for lacrosse, the Free Jacks.
Oh, yeah, we love the Free
So,
Jacks,
you
little
know.
rugby team.
I mean, from Mass
Yeah.
down, we're cooking. But then Boston College.
Yep.
Oh,
When was that
he's
a
getting all
repeat?
excited.
Almost had a repeat.
Not
I
getting
knocked
it
it
over.
off last
excited
week.
about his.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Test.
Whoops. So,
Yeah.
You're right. I don't need TRT. Continue. Next question.
I'm too strong. Too strong.
Is there anything in New England that you think is overrated by chance?
Ooh, that's a great question.
And I'll flip it back too. You will do overrated and underrated.
Oh man, overrated would probably be. I thought I was prepared too. I'm blanking now on what I said. I think underrated is the people. I
Facts.
think we have the best people, and you know we have this like reputation to be so like abrasive and New England and blah, 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 in your face and loud, which like sure we are. I am at least, but we are the kindest people. And I've lived in the South. I mean, I lived in Florida, which is like its own It's higher. It's
What
its
happens
own
in
world.
Florida stays in Florida.
Right. Like, I can't really constitute that as the South, but like, I've traveled the world.
I was gonna say you are definitely entitled
Well-traveled.
to this opinion.
Totally.
Yeah,
I've
I've definitely met some people.
I've met some people for sure. And I think like coming home to New England, everybody is just really, really kind and maybe a different way than people are used to. And maybe that's what it is. But
It's
I think,
authentic kindness.
yes,
Yeah.
like we're going to tell you how it is. We're not going to sugarcoat
Like you
things.
could be met with kindness in these other states, but when they say it, you're kind of like, you're
Yeah, it's
saying
almost like
nice things, but I can
deceiving.
feel your energy, and you got an
Totally.
ulterior motive. Where here they're like,
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
you, but for
like,
some
huh.
reason I trust.
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Like I think we've got that going on. The overrated thing. Oh man. I don't know. Like maybe the mansions. I think the mansions are cool though, so I can't even say that.
You know, this is kind of funny because I don't know how well versed you are in some of my hot takes here,
Yes.
but we're not, at least specifically me, I'm not a Newport guy.
That's okay.
I'm not a Newport guy. And I also
Yeah.
happen to think that we shouldn't be called the ocean state. I've said this before on the podcast, but
Okay.
I know we have a lot of coastline.
What should we be called?
Then go ahead and show her your shirt right there.
Life's better.
The traffic state.
Oh,
Because for the amount of
Amen.
people and roads we have, we should not have this much goddamn traffic.
amen. I'm on that. I'm
God
on that
forbid they
train.
fix the bridge.
1,000%. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me going.
Yeah, we
Seriously.
won't, we
Like
won't.
my blood pressure, I can't.
It's too high.
You need a pill. I need a
No,
pill.
I need a pill. Give me some Etanol. Etanol. I don't even know how to say it. Anyways,
Lisinopril.
beta blockers.
Yeah, the beta blockers, they'll get you, you know.
All right, so overrated for you, but you said you like the mansion, so there's got to be something.
Yeah. I mean, I said
I love
the
how
lobster roll.
this is great though because I feel like I'm trying to get you to say something bad. And you're like, I can't do it. I love New
No,
England.
I do, but I think
That's
you know
great.
what? Maybe the lobster roll. I'm gonna
That's
go back to
fair.
what I said about the food. It's overrated.
All right, the lobster rolls over. Not
Just
the
order
not
the
the taste,
lobster.
but the quantity.
The quantity and the price.
The
Just
quantity
order a
and price.
lobster.
Yeah, more lobster.
You'll be happier with yourself. I promise.
I love that for
Yeah.
you. How about movies? You a big movie buff?
Yeah, I
movie
think-
TV shows.
I think the town is like
Ooh.
right. Like
Yes.
everybody will say the town, but then I think TV show Family Guy.
So good.
Does not
Every
get
day.
enough
It
love.
doesn't.
Does
no
not.
one
really doesn't.
That's the first time someone has pointed out that Family Guy is about Rhode Island.
Yes. Like-
Quahog, Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's my favorite place in Rhode Island. Come and visit it, you guys.
love
Come
it.
and visit Quahog.
Now, if you could have like a nostalgic day,
Yes.
or if there's something about New England for you that just like screams nostalgia, like what is it for you?
Oh, it's a summer day. And like I'm with my grandparents. We go down to Watch Hill where you two hail from.
Yes.
We ride the carousel.
We were there before Taylor Swift.
I know. We made it cool first.
Well, not the same house, but we
you
were
know,
there.
you were the
Little smaller,
trendsetters.
little smaller.
She heard and she
Yeah.
was like, I gotta check it out.
Yep.
I'm on my way. Thank you. So I think like riding the carousel, going to the beach, like ice cream. I think that's like a staple of Rhode Island or like New England, just like ice cream in the summer. That would be like my most nostalgic day.
That's a good day.
Adele's as well.
Got it. No straw pretzel.
No straw.
We had the pretzel.
I don't add the pretzel.
Oh, okay. And how about lemon, watermelon, or some
I
of the
normally
other
do
funky-
lemon.
Okay.
Sometimes if
Traditional.
I'm feeling freaky, I'll do a watermelon, but it's typically like 90% lemon.
I love that for
Yeah.
you. Love that for you.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Okay. Favorite season.
Summer.
Ooh, okay.
Why, you ask?
Yeah, I was
because
gonna get there.
Why?
My guess.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
Well, first of all, you get to enjoy the beautiful coastline of the entire like New England area. You're on boats, there's sunsets, there's more daylight during the day. The food is amazing. Everything is alive and well. And even though there's so much traffic and shitty wait lines and for restaurants, like it just is, I don't know, it feels alive. But I will say like, I counter that love for how alive it is in the summer with really appreciating a slower fall and winter and spring. Cause I feel like just in life, like you have peaks of energy and lulls of energy. And so I think New England is the perfect place because you get the best of every world. We got city, we got sports, we've got coastline, we've got mountains. We have it all.
Dare I say
yeah.
that life's better
Life's
in
better.
New England.
Done.
Right there.
Done.
Bam. And for your sake, summer's better in New England. We got to
Summer
get you one
is
of these
be- I
shirts.
do.
We got to get you one of these hoodies and
I
shirts.
like am summer in New England.
You know
That
what
is,
we'll
like,
do?
my
We'll
spirit
get a
animal.
custom one right here. Well, we'll get a little ocean and we'll get a little person swimming. And
Oh my
it'll be
God.
you.
Thank
and
you
we'll put the
so
medals
much.
on there and everything. It'll be
The
fantastic.
Medals. Medal's gonna
And there'll also be
Weighing
a
me down.
violin on the. We're gonna customize
Like a
this. Vin,
seagull
write
is
this
like
down.
carrying a violin.
No, I don't think we can put the Olympic logo. That's a trademark.
No, you actually can't. Funny story about that. So I have the Olympic rings tattooed on me, and most Olympians do. It is like the rite of passage.
I was gonna
Of
say,
course.
it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. He's got 3 all the way tattooed on his leg,
No.
Yeah.
and I got clam chowder over here.
See,
so.
it's perfect. It's same, but different.
right away around here.
Right away. So when you do photo shoots, like I've done a million photo shoots for like Speedo and all of these swimwear brands, even not swimwear brands, because the Olympic logo is trademarked, they either have to like cover it up with makeup or like a Band-Aid or Photoshop it out.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I know.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
And it's like technically illegal to get tattooed because it's a trademark
This is all hypothetical speaking.
for sure.
What would they want you to do? Like remove it
Yeah.
or like just cut it off
They
your
should
body?
know-
Like,
That's right. I'm
if
like, what?
you go to the
Oh my
Olympics,
God.
you deserve that rite of passage,
I agree.
and you should get a pass.
Something tells
It's
you the
in the
people that run
bylaws.
it probably aren't even people that have ever
Yeah.
could have ever made the Olympics. That
Trade-
bothers me.
trademark
I know.
lawyers are
People
I
that run it
know.
should be the people that have done it.
Yeah.
That's kind of
exactly.
like sports commentators, if I'm being honest. I get it. Like
Oh.
you can
so do you
analyze
guys like
and
Tony Romo and Tom and all of them doing it?
I love Tom.
okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
Tom
figured.
can do no wrong,
Yeah,
but
he's perfect. Nope.
Is he not hitting for
listen
you?
to me.
He's
I
good.
cannot stand watching the Raiders logo come up on the screen and he's in the booth with the Raiders.
Yeah.
That doesn't fly for me. That
That's
makes
fair.
me want to punch the TV.
These are fair things.
That like
Yeah.
it should only be the Patriots. He should be
Agreed.
a permanent commentator for the Patriots only, and an owner with the. Okay,
He would
I'm
make-
rambling.
we
I'm
would
going on
make
for hours
no
here.
money.
You hit the clock with that.
Fair.
He makes so much money doing whatever he's doing.
Elizabeth, I feel like we could do this for hours. This
Literally
has been
hours.
seriously so amazing.
Yay.
Thank you so much for jumping on the So New England podcast, answering all our questions, giving us your incredible story. But if you don't mind, tell everyone where they can find you, where they can hear your music, where they can watch your highlight reels and tapes, where they can have a little
highlight
swim
reel.
with you. What's the deal? Where can everyone get you?
Okay. On Spotify, it's my full name, Elizabeth Lyon Beisel. So you can find all my music there. And then social media accounts are eBeisel34 because I grew up at 34 Pierce Road and Paul Pierce is number 34.
Oh, let's go.
I know.
The truth. Who
That's
should
right.
also not have a microphone in front of him nowadays. Just putting that out there.
There we
Sorry,
go.
Paul. We love you, pal. But
So that's where you can find me. Sorry, Paul. We still love you, kind of. But yeah, so that's where you can find me.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank you guys for having
Awesome.
me.
Yeah, this has been
is
so
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, guys, that's going to conclude episode 59 of the So New England podcast. Please remember, folks, life's better in New England.
Red Sox crack and the Celtics